Do you ever wonder why some people online always seem like they know how to put together some money fast? Like they know how to go out there and launch, go out there and sell something. They always seem to have a way to put together a quick 500,000, $2,000, or even more. What they're probably doing is a micro offer. And they may not call it that, by the way, because I've been thinking about this idea for a little bit here. And I've realized that that's what I do is I make micro offers and that's why they're so successful. So I want you to think about this as just for you, especially if you have never sold online before or you have or you've tried, but it hasn't gone the way you wanted it to. Or if you don't have a lot of time to mess with this, I want you to think about one micro offer. We think about micro, small, um, and we think about like, I can tell you what it means and I can tell you how to think about it. But I want you to think one lane, one offer, not five different places, okay? And I wrote down, I want to see if I can find, yes, I wrote down five micro offers that I put out in 2026 alone so far, the first half of 2026. And combined, we're talking mid six figures, so hundreds of thousands of dollars total. But if you take them each by themselves and you don't think about me as someone who is an expert at this, I've been doing this for decades, and in the last decade have really figured some things out. If you just kind of parse them and think about it one at a time, it's very interesting. While the results are not typical for one of them has as much as $84,000 in a week. Okay. The results are not typical. The process behind it and the mentality behind it are both very attainable and repeatable. So I want to talk to you about it right now. Let me know in the comments if you're ready to hear what I have to say. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for being here. I've just had the best time on YouTube. The past 2 years, I've had the best time. And the past couple of weeks, I have to tell you, have been my favorite so far. I've just met so many new people. I had one day this week where 2,000 subscribers joined in one 24-hour period. It's just been fantastic. So thank you for finding me and sticking around. Okay. So what makes a micro offer? I'll tell you the three things that make a micro offer, and then we'll get into a couple of examples. The first thing is it needs to be easy to spin up. So easy to create and have it out there launched. And the second thing is that it needs to be easy to describe. You have to be able to describe it in a sentence or even words, a phrase. And the third key piece is that it needs to be easy to deliver. This is probably the most important part. Uh, all of them are important, obviously, because if you don't make it, it doesn't get made, it doesn't get sold. If you don't describe it well, you can't sell it. And if you don't deliver, if it's too complicated to deliver, then it's not a micro offer. And I think a lot of people jump right into mega offers instead of micro offers. So easy to deliver means whatever it takes to give the customer the result, to give the customer the what they have been promised in the offer is super simple. So let's go back to number one. Number one, easy to spin up. When I think about that, I think of a couple of places right off the bat. I think of school. So SKOOL. You may have heard about it. They have about 25 million users now. They've grown in the past 2 years really rapidly. I'm on there. If you're in your first 5K, the free membership that I have linked below, you're already in on school. That's what we use, that platform. And school, what I like about the simplicity of it is that first of all, you get like a 14-day free trial to just test it. Then they have a $9 per month version. They have a $100 per month version, but they have a $9 per month version that lets you just kind of test the waters and get your first few members in. And you don't even have to like charge members. You can do a free version and then charge people later for upsells and perks and all that. But I think of that, and I teach this in depth in my new cohort. I have July 1st through the 31st. I have spun up. Okay, so watch what I'm doing, not just what I'm saying. I have spun up a micro offer, and it is a 31-day cohort, live cohort with me, presented on school. And you pay for it once, you're in. I'll put the link below. In the first 20 hours, more than 60 people joined. So more than $12,000 was generated from this micro offer. So it's like, an offer within an offer, meta meta. But I think of school, I think of Stand Store. Stand Store makes it super simple to deliver like a digital product, a mini course, a PDF, a template, prompts, things of that nature. Just one thing that helps someone with one specific problem. That's a micro offer. Um, and I think of a couple of others that have just been absolutely clutch. And because I've done this 5 times this year alone, which each could be a whole year worth. I know these different platforms and I know which one you should choose. So help you make your decision. I know the couple of others that have been absolutely banger for me that I'm not mentioning in this video. All of that is inside of the July cohort. You'll learn about it. And then when I think about number two, which is it needs to be easy to describe, I think about um, the 31-day cohort, live cohort. Say it one more time. The 31-day live cohort that we have right now. This is my micro offer, right? It's a 31-day live cohort. Another thing to know about a micro offer is that it could stand on its own. It could be the only thing that you do all year round, and it can make you an entire salary or just extra bonus cash. That's how you know it's a good micro offer too, is that it's all those things. It's simple, it's stress-free, it is plain, that it helps one type of person with one type of thing, but it also is sustainable. So you could say, I'm going to do a 30-day challenge, or I'm going to do one-on-one calls, or I'm going to do a VIP day. These are micro offers. And another really big thing before we get into the third piece that we talked about, which is easy to deliver, a really important thing is that it helps so much if you have a finite, if you have a goal, I'll say it like this better, a goal of an amount you want to make with your micro offer. Let's say $1,000. That's what we're doing inside of our July live cohort. So your first 1K is what it's officially called. So you want to make $1,000 in those 31 days. You also want to have a time frame around it. So let's say I want to make $1,000 in 31 days. That's part of a micro offer. And that's your goal. You have these goals because guess what? If you reach that goal or anywhere near it, you can repeat it. That's what makes it a micro offer instead of like this big frontier that you have to look for and know all of these different major skills. It's one small thing you're doing. Now, the third piece I talked about was being able to deliver it in a simple way. And for you, that's going to be so important because no, ain't nobody got time for like your magnum opus over here, right? This is not the biggest life-changing thing of your life. What this is I'm going to deliver it. Uh, for instance, my micro offer right now, the 31-day live cohort that you can I'm linking to it below here in the description. It's 31 days, yes, and that's intense and intensive. But what it is 5 Wednesdays, so once a week, I will go on live for 90 minutes and I will teach you and I will take questions and I will guide you. And the other days, I have a 5 minute tutorials that are micro teachings. And have all of it kind of worked out. The order it's going to be what has helped me launch my 5 micro offers this year. And I'll look at my school where it's housed and I'll answer questions and I'll like things and I'll review. And it's simple. Now mine is on the side of the heaviest, deepest type of micro offer. But yours could be simply, I'm doing 4 calls this month live, 6 other days of the week. I'm not doing anything. Maybe you go into your school for 15 minutes and water the flowers. Yours could also be, I know, wrote some notes down here. Uh, you could do the one, a call. Maybe you have 1 call per weekday. If you had 1 call per weekday where you charge $99 even if it's just $100, that's 500 extra dollars a week for an hour. And a little bit at the beginning to get it launched, a little bit in the middle to promote it. But I'm going to teach you how to do that on autopilot so you don't have to continuously always do that. And then that delivery. It's pretty cool. It's also something where you don't have to look at what the next thing is and the next thing is, because a lot of us are on this roller coaster, hamster wheel, I would call it, where you're working on something. And then it's like, okay, well, after I do that, what do I do next? And after I do that, where do I ascend them? And where do they go now? And then this, because that's what I teach. That's what most people teach online is you're going to take them through this process and then you're going to send them to this and you're going to upsell them to this and they're going to keep going up this staircase. It's not bad. That is not a bad thing. But for some of us, all we want to do is make a certain amount of money in a certain amount of time in a stress-free, calm environment and circumstances. If that sounds good to you, let me know in the comments because I want to tell you more about these micro offers. Now, if you want everything, every bit of the sauce, uh 60, I think it was 64 at my last count. 64 people have joined this July cohort in 21 hours since I launched it. 21 hours. 63 people have joined. I said that I wanted to reach 100. I think I might be able to reach 100 before July 1st. That would be so, so freaking cool. And you don't have to, I said that every Wednesday we do a 90-minute live call. You don't have to come to the live calls if that's conflicting, because it is at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern. You don't have to come to them live if it conflicts with your job or anything else. I will have the replays the same day, just a little bit later that day. You'll have the full replay. You can keep up there and you're already, the moment you get in, you're part of the community. So you're already talking to each other. People are already talking, introducing themselves. It's a special group. It's a special group. And we'll be on calls. If you do make it to the live calls, we will be on live calls meeting style, meaning I'll be able to see you. If you want to be on camera, you don't have to be on camera, but I'll be able to talk to you and you can ask me questions or just on audio, even if you don't want to be on camera. Or you could just sit back in the cut and observe and take notes. And it's really however you want to approach this. One other thing I want to say, because I know you may be wondering, is this friendly for seniors? Yes. The answer is yes. In fact, I think already of the 60 people, I think at least I've counted the people who have said it out loud. At least 3 of them are in their 60s. At least 3. And that's who's just commented in the last 20, posted in the last 20 hours. There are probably a lot more who are 55, 60, 65, 70 plus that are there. So it is absolutely friendly to seniors. I'm going to walk you through things. Um, you know, it's very specific about this micro offer idea, and I think you'll like it, especially if you're over 60. I think you'll love this. I think you'll love the environment if nothing else. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll get to spend some time with each other. Well, it'll be every Wednesday in July, but every day you'll get that 5-minute kind of homework essentially from me. It won't be like too heavy. It'll be just a micro. Here's a nugget of information. Try this, or this is how you do XYZ. And we'll be together. We'll be able to comment all throughout the day, even if you're not on the live calls. It'll be a lot of fun. So I encourage you. I encourage you if you are 50 plus, not senior, but if you're a 50 plus, I encourage you to join. I encourage you to join at any age, because you're going to get something out of it. Basically, the criteria is: do you want to make $1,000 in 31 days during July? Do you want to give that a try? People are going to say, is it for people outside the US? Of course. Yes, yes, yes. Not every single platform or thing that I teach you may work outside of the US. Every culture has its own culture. Every country seems to have its own access to certain things. But the overall, like if you get anything out of my videos, then you will enjoy this. And we have plenty of people who are outside of the US who have already joined. So just letting you know about it, this micro offer thing is going to be big, y'all. I know that's a little bit funny to say, but it's true that we're doing big things with micro offers. I'm going to think of different catchphrases I can say, but it's true. It's going to be big. You're going to start. I'm just started talking about it, right? But you're going to start hearing it everywhere over the next few weeks. I just bet you. I just know how this works, right? But it's big, and I want you to get in now. So we're at 60 people. I want to be at 100. The next 30 people will get it for just $199. So jump in, jump in, jump in. When you go to the link, I'm going to give you a link to Straight to School. It'll let you just join right away. Super simple, the easiest way to get immediate access. $199 for the next 30 people. I'll also give you a link if you want to check out payment plans, and that'll link you to my Stand store. And what you'll do is you'll look at it. There's a video that explains things. And then you'll scroll down to the checkout. It's just one little page. And you'll look for either a K with a pink background, or the word Klarna with a K, or the word Afterpay. And then there's even PayPal for some people. So what those are the payment plan options that many people get in their checkout. Some people do not get this offer because it's a third party and they base it on who you are, where you are, all that thing, all those things. But if you see it, you click on it, you can see if you'll get a payment. Like they may let you pay in 4 payments, for instance. So I would check it out if you want a little bit of extra help for the 199. We're going for that $1,000. There are no guarantees. This is for educational purposes only, hopefully entertainment as well. But whatever you learn throughout this process, you can repeat and use it all throughout the year. I'll see you soon.